Hello, hello, yellow. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the Boom Bar right here on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Oladolupo.
My name is Shola Rogers, and of course, together we will be with you for about 55 minutes or thereabout, discussing issues around sports, entertainment, politics, and everything in between.
Yep. So, I think we should just start from the obvious.
All right, like we always do, we start with sports. We try to do a review of what has transpired and maybe a preview of if there's Monday Night Football or whatever. If
Oh yeah, there's definitely results over the weekend. It was an interesting one. Saturday was just how would I say it now?
well, this weekend was a weekend of derbies of sorts, or like shall we say the Classicos, the El Clasico.
Yeah,
of Spain
those.
was happening in Italy, in France, and arguably even in North England with Manchester United and Liverpool, because it's a derby.
It's a derby, yeah,
It's a
it
North
is.
England derby and
Definitely.
all of that. So it was a weekend of derbies.
It was an interesting one. On Saturday we saw what was going down. A few things. I think Manchester City played on Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Chelsea also, went AWire. On Saturday they went all crazy and they more or less tried to destroy some people's careers.
Yeah. So it was. I would.
7 goals, 7th heaven they were in.
It was. It looks like it was a weekend of goals. It was surprising for me that Arsenal decided to once in a while. The way these days we know that once in a while they will share. I won't say too much, but at least they decided to have a bit of sense. And it was I think 3-1. It was 3-1 with Aston Villa. I think that was on Friday actually.
Yeah,
It started with them.
it was
The
actually
Premier League week started.
Arsene Wenger's birthday, and
Oh, so
and
they-
Arsenal don't lose on his birthday, regardless of who is in charge.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, it was actually really interesting. So yeah, of course it was definitely, it started from that. Then moved to Saturday, and Saturday was Manchester City, where I think it was a 4-1. They got 4-1 for their own games, and then Chelsea came with 7-0. It was what's the word? It was football for champions, yeah. It was 7-0. They definitely did amazing. And then from that came Sunday, and everybody thought, okay, this was something everybody wanted to watch. I think this particular match was what everybody was looking forward to. The Manchester United Liverpool game. And to be honest, let me start from this. I did not think that Manchester United had so much in them to win the game. Even though it was at home, yeah, I thought, okay, let me be honest. I felt it was maybe like a draw, or maybe Liverpool was going to give them 1-0, because to be honest, even this season too, I think it started from last season. There are times that Liverpool has actually also dropped the ball.
Well,
So I felt it was going to be
Liverpool.
like they were going to move just like over, and then came the first goal.
Anyways,
4
Liverpool's game
minutes.
has been on the ascendancy in recent times. It's been up and up for them. It's been on an upward trajectory. You saw it in the Champions League. You saw it, locally with every game that they played in recent times. And they seem to be one of the few teams amongst the traditional top 6 who play as a team. They play with
they do.
With a lot
yeah,
of cohesion
they
and everything.
Do.
They have the African contingent in Sadio
Mane and Mohamed Salah.
Mo Salah running the line and basically leading the line and all of that. Mo Salah, phenomenal player. Any team that Mo Salah plays for,
definitely
is bound to be amazing. And of course, not to take away the tactical genius of Jurgen Klopp. Klopp, for me, is one of the best coaches out there. He's been consistent with his growth. He won the league, then it went bad for them the following season because of injury worries and all of that. And now that they don't have those kind of issues,
they're actually getting back.
So it's a tale of two cities, or a tale of two sides of the same coin. On the flip side, Man United, since this season started, has been a bunch of individuals running around chasing the ball. They've never really played as one unit. There's no cohesion in that team. There's no direction. There's no style or tactics. You don't know what the coach is trying to do.
You can't even predict.
Always chasing games. Always going down, at home or at away. They're always chasing games. Then they try to get back into it. Then eventually when they maybe pull off a draw or an astonishing win, everybody forgets how inept they had played in the first half.
I have a question. And my question was, I think I watched the second half of that game. Yeah, I didn't watch the first half. So very early this morning, I actually went back to look for it and watch the goals. And I saw that I think it was after 4-0 that IPOB was brought in, which we know that he ended up getting a red card a few minutes after, which a lot of people, especially on Twitter, said that he did it purposely. But what did you expect IPOB to do after 4-0?
Well, to be honest with you,
4-0.
We've seen turnarounds in football. We've seen games like that being turned around. But what you should say is, what do you expect them to do against a team like Liverpool? Not at 4-0.
And I saw how
the miracle of Barman happened.
And I saw how
Liverpool also put it off in the Champions
first goal,
League.
second goal, I think third goal, they were all played the same way. And I'm like, why? Why do we do these things? Like, I'm sorry, hate it or love it. I feel that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Mikel Arteta are the two worst things that ever happened to Premier League.
Well, it would have been three if Chelsea didn't get rid of Frank Lampard on time.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's good to, try to bring this romantic angle to things. Oh, a former player becomes the coach, like Pep Guardiola did at Barcelona. It was a thing, it was great. You get, but you see, it doesn't work for everybody that way. And
I think you should even try to do that with lesser teams. Don't do that with teams that have some expectants. As in,
no, you can't do that with lesser teams. Is Barcelona a lesser team? I don't like sweeping statements.
I don't know.
Did Guardiola not pull it off at Barcelona?
It's Pep.
I don't think that was the problem.
I think it's Pep.
I don't think that different. Was it wasn't the quality of the team or the size of the team.
I think that, for example,
lesser or bigger. The issue is the motive behind it. Like the motive behind it.
It's very sentimental. I get what you're saying.
Useless guy that was a part-time goal
like
scorer
honestly, to be honest, I think that Mikel Arteta shouldn't have even left. I don't think he's done learning.
In my own case, I think Arteta is going to come good. Is this social that I don't believe in? And
I don't believe in any of them.
Now you brought in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as an interim coach. You should have stayed as an interim coach
and then left.
You should have brought in a world-class.
But you saw he played a few games and then they won, and then you felt like it was wonderful. And I think that's the problem.
You can't give what you don't have.
Like, come on. Yes, I get it that Liverpool is good. Liverpool is this, but I feel that there should be some level of resistance. Even if they're going to beat you, come on, number one, they're beating you at home. Even if they're going to beat you, it shouldn't be 5-0. This is your own team that has arguably one of the two best don't let me say 2, one of the 5 best world players. This is a team that has Ronaldo. And you would have thought that the way Manchester United was making it, like, once Ronaldo gets on their team, all their problems were gone. Every single one. But here we are. Ronaldo could not even score one. I think it's very humiliating. And let's be honest with ourselves, that team has a lot of world class players on that team. That team has what's it called? It has World Cup winners. It has Champions League winners, and I'm wondering, like, what was your plan? I even felt, at least the second half that I watched at first, I thought it was a very boring match. Because the opposition, at a point, the ball did not even leave one half of the, what's it called? Once in a while, you seem to see anybody else. Then, am I the only one that feels that it's time De Gea needs to be looked into?
There's nothing wrong with David De Gea, actually.
Really?
Yes, every goalkeeper.
5 goals.
Look, any goalkeeper playing behind Lindelof and Maguire yesterday would have considered. In fact, he made some amazing saves. It could have been more than 5.
Looked like, at my count, I think it should have been 9. It should have been 9.
It has nothing to do with the quality of David De Gea, actually. More or less, like, his quality even prevented it from being worse. You lost Varane to injuries and all of that. And of course, Lindelof, who had played all through last season, could not step up enough so that people will not miss Varane. Then the Maguire that caused a ham and a leg, was always having off days. Now, in fairness to that guy, we criticize him a lot, maybe because of his price tag. And last season, statistically, he was one of the best out there. But this season, it's always been
it's not working.
Off and on.
Mm-hmm.
But you cannot blame him alone. The buck, stops at the table of the manager, the coach, who does not even know the personnel to put out. Why did you buy Jadon Sancho? You bought Jadon Sancho so that he can sit on the bench, and you bought him for 80 million or so.
Yeah, like what was your plan?
Why is it difficult for you to balance out a Pogba in a team that has Bruno, Pogba, Matic, and Fred and McTominay? You get, and there's still Van de Beek, who obviously should leave United in January because it doesn't look like this coach is going to give him a look in. I think the problem is not with the Man United brand. The problem is with the manager.
Is it also the manager that is not making them have some level of cohesion? Because it actually does not look like you said, it looks like everybody is playing their own individual games.
That's the manager's job. Like,
everybody's just doing their thing, and then whenever we see somebody gets to get out and then play, and I'm like, I'm sorry,
but that's the manager's job. That's his job.
It's horrible though. It was horrible to watch.
On the part of Liverpool, it was horrible. It was beautiful. It was great.
It was beautiful.
And Sadio Mane becomes the first Premier League player to score an hat-trick against Man United at Old Trafford.
Mohamed Salah.
Sorry, I said Mane, right? Is my guy. Mo Salah actually becomes the first Premier League player, thank you for the correction, to score an hat-trick at Old Trafford. You get. So in the era of the Premier League, they've not been conceding. So all of the dubious records that can be have been set under this social guy.
Just so we all know.
The guy should,
I just wanted to put it out there.
He should not go. He should stay and continue to wreck
Arsenal and Manchester United. You look like Manchester United had something to prove. Now they are all on the same level.
Yes, now
everybody. They all have the same points.
Same number of points.
At this point, they are all fighting for relegation because I don't know what to say. Completely. I think there are about 4 that have the same points. I think the remaining 2 people have more chances and getting out of that block than Manchester and Arsenal. My own personal opinion, though. Also, we saw there was, like you said, El Clasico over the weekend.
Before you go away, we have a comment from Pastor Eliashib Emergence. He says, "I'm an Arsenal fan, but what happened to Man U yesterday was a payback to my friend." He said it was a payback to his friend Zeb Ejiro. When we were beaten by Man City, he was trolling us. EPL is not smiling. Anyone can lose. This is my prediction. Chelsea will not win the league. I don't like that prediction. Why?
You know the funny thing? They are title contenders, but I don't see them winning.
The league is between Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool.
Yes.
And is in that order. It might not necessarily be in that order, but those maybe not that order. Those three will be top three.
I would rather put my money. I will put my money on either Manchester City and Liverpool. But is Chelsea looking like it? Oh yeah, they're looking like it.
And for Arsenal, what people didn't get was that they had a run of tough games, and they have gone through their own fire.
Brentford, first game of the season.
After Brentford, look at the people.
That's my point. That was supposed to be 3 points.
But after Brentford,
which probably would have added to their points. Now. Not even probably should have.
What were the teams that Arsenal played?
I get it, but he should have started. Games. He should at least should have gotten that 3 points.
Okay, which they did not get it. That's ancient history now. But Arteta went ahead to turn his season around. He played tough games, and tough games are behind him. You wait, you didn't even know where I was going. Now, Man United have played Liverpool. They're going to play Man City. They're going to play Arsenal.
Let's be honest. My prediction.
They are going to lose at least this team will lose at least 3 more games.
Pep Guardiola is going to trash this. If something is not done fast, Pep Guardiola is going to trash this team like no man's business next. It is going to be a superb. For people that watch Manchester United games, I saw that a lot of people, I think after like 5-0 or something, like 60-something minutes, a lot of people were leaving the... a lot of people just left. If I were you, I would have done the same.
The thing is, a big shout out to the people who stayed. They stayed to the end.
Okay.
And they were
disappointed.
Those are the real fans. Look, the fans who left are fans too. No problem. It's their money, it's their time, they are dying. But don't be a fair weather fan, you know.
It was just really annoying for them. No
matter how annoying it was, what do you expect Liverpool fans to do? They didn't win the league for almost 30 years. A team that is top notch, that won Champions League more than anybody in England. What do you expect them to do for that period? They had never won the Premiership until 2 years ago.
Yeah, but
Blackburn won the Premiership years before Liverpool. Leicester won it before then.
Not Liverpool beating.
No. You see,
I'm sure that if it was a 1-0 kind of thing,
okay, so you
wouldn't have been.
You really think that?
I think 5-0 is humiliating.
It is not. It is not.
I think it is
enough
humiliating
for you to abandon ship. It is not enough. If you're a real fan, no matter what happens to you, you would stay and support your team. No matter what happens to you. What do you want those kind of people to do? There was a time when Real Madrid was chasing La Decima. They chased La Decima for years and they didn't get it. At some point, you know, with all the money they had spent, it wasn't working. But eventually came. Then you want to glory in it. What happened to Arsenal? Arsenal was going through very bad times before Arsene Wenger came. At some point, most Arsenal fans couldn't identify with the team. But I know a few people out there who stayed with their team through thick or thin. Like Pastor Emergence, as just said now, he is a massive stationary stores fan. He knows that we've gone 13, 14, 15 years without our team playing football, and we still support the team. You know, I heard they're playing now, but I don't know. That's a story for another day. You know, so there's another comment that says Man City will not win. No, sorry, Man City will win.
Oh, that was
if not Liverpool. Pastor Emergence is saying.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. I think it's between Liverpool and even though
don't write Chelsea off.
I'm not writing Chelsea off. Would I say that? No, let's be honest with ourselves. First three teams. The first three. I don't know which order it's going to be. Is Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea this season, except some streak of luck that anybody else. Those three teams are the ones that are going to be top three. What every other team in the Premier League, I feel, will be fighting for top 4th position. Every other team.
I think so too.
Every other 17 teams will be fighting for number 4. But those 3 teams,
I think so.
But
too.
I don't know which order it's going to be.
And you know, people should brace themselves for the impact of Newcastle. Nobody knows what those guys are planning. Nobody knows.
Think
I'm not saying that it's this season.
I don't think it will be this season too. But because there's a lot of money, it might also not. It depends on the person that they are bringing in, and for him to, like we had said, which is the problem with what's it called, social, to bring everybody in as a team. Will we see some sparks of greatness maybe from the next transfer window? Yes, I think we should.
Social is like, I've said it before, I said it on national TV. Social is like when you give a learner a Lamborghini to drive. You know, you give him a Porsche. How is he going to? He will crash the thing now. The speed, the smoothness, everything, not being way. Now Volkswagen, that they give them. Volkswagen will get double gear.
Too.
You know. So Pastor Ime says, of course, that's why I'm a Stationary Stores FC supporter for life. People who jump ship are not fans, you know. But
I don't even think that people jump ship.
Like that.
I don't think people just jumped ship. I think it was just really humiliating. People just couldn't watch anymore.
Okay, so
I don't blame them.
They did jump ship. I don't know what your definition of jump ship is, but jump ship is jump ship. No matter whatever color you want to paint it.
Anyway,
jump ship is jump ship.
From there,
that'll be all for sports. Or let's only just
just finally. Before, of course, there was El Clasico last at the weekend, and it's looking like we have El Clasicos without Messi or Ronaldo.
It's going to take some getting used to.
It definitely is good. It's not as big as you would think, and of course, Real Madrid beat Barcelona at home 2-1. And of course, Inter Milan with Juve, it was 1-1 as well. So yeah, there were a lot of games this weekend. That was actually a really interesting football game, and we'll see what happens. We definitely will see what happens next coming week. I think we should move off that a little bit, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I want to talk about something that we're talking about here before we came on the show. And it was something very interesting, which I would like to, for people watching as well, I would like to get people's input on it. And the truth, the story is all over Instagram. Instagram. Yeah. And this is a particular celebrity. This is supposed to be, I think, a club owner or something, is calling out a former Big Brother Naija housemate.
Now, when you say club, be explicit or be clear. Be very vivid. You're talking about a nightclub owner.
Oh yeah, a nightclub owner.
Calls himself the celebrity barman.
Barman, yeah.
Yeah, that's Cubana chief priest. That's his nickname.
So he calls out a particular person called Maria, and this person is supposed to be a former. She just the concluded Big Brother Naija. She was a housemate.
Yeah.
Last Big Brother Naija, and he calls her out for having some affair with his sister's husband. And I'm wondering, what's happening?
Well, everybody knows the gist now. Basically, for those who do not know, which of course is our job to bring to you. So the recently concluded Big Brother Naija 6, Big Brother 6, right?
I'm not even sure. I don't even keep up anymore these days.
In fact, it's getting messier. You know, I'm just checking.
Okay.
We'll get to this. So basically, this is the gist. Like the Lupo said, because I want to expand it. Your sister, maybe younger or older sister, anyways, is married to someone named Kevin or Kelvin. I don't know, and apparently he's having an affair with one of the Big Brother former housemates, and now he went public on his Instagram to call her out. Then people start to wonder. A lot of people have had different reactions. On the one part, a lot of people are saying, oh, leave married men alone, stop chasing married men, blah blah blah. On the other hand, people are saying, oh, if she didn't go to Big Brother, would she be worth calling out at all? Would you have even taken to your Instagram to call out someone that probably nobody knew? But she went to Big Brother, she's popular now, which means she probably had this affair or having this affair with the guy before then. Then he also went ahead to release a video at which the person who was alleged to be Kevin was actually at a bar with the lady called Maria. So some feedback and stuff that people are saying is Maria a baby? Is Kevin a baby? Like, seriously, you don't have any business with Maria. It's your wife that has an issue with her husband, and you're going to call anybody out. You're supposed to call out your brother.
Your brother-in-law.
Because the guy's not a baby, is he?
It's not a baby. And this is the problem that I see with a lot of people. A lot of people do it a lot, and then maybe you see maybe somebody is dating you, and then you are calling out the person this person is dating. I'm sorry, you have a problem with the person that you have a relationship with. That's who you have a problem with. The business is with your sister and your brother-in-law. What's her business? Who says he's the only person that the Maria lady is the only person he's having an affair with? To the extent, okay, you come to say that the Maria is calling your sister to threaten her life. Even if she's threatening her life, all you need to do is sit your brother-in-law down. Uncle, nothing must happen to my sister. That's the person you have a business with.
So apparently, there's even a chat between the Maria and I said the Maria, Angel de Maria, not you though. The lady Maria and the Cubana chief priest sister.
Okay.
There's actually a chat, and it's almost surreal. It's almost unbelievable. Like, you're having a chat with
your husband's girlfriend. Why do you have a conversation with her? See, this is why I feel that
I
a
think
lot of
she reached
women
out to the woman,
and then
she was talking about how she's sorry. I'm coming. God knows. I honestly wish you too well. God knows what part. Man, this is funny and messy. Man, I don't want to be reading these things out on air, but
okay, although there's
nothing explicit there. It's just basically how she was even telling the woman. This alleged text is saying that she told the woman, the wife, that she should go and work out how to fix her marriage with her husband, that is willing to work things out with her. And
that's my problem. Why do you need to have a conversation with your husband's supposed girlfriend?
And the supposed girlfriend here, the wife is saying, you live with him, right? You live with him, right? Marriage will suit both of you. And she responds, all this is in the past. Please focus on him and your marriage. Is all I have asked God to give me the strength to call and tell you. The woman now responds, this is not my battle to fight. I leave it for you two's conscience. Wow. I have never met you as a woman. I want you to be happy. That's the Maria saying to the
okay, so there's a sentence.
Why are they having this discussion?
That's what I'm saying. I think that a lot of women try to bring themselves down, disrespect themselves. So when you claim that one...
whoa, wait a minute. There's a part where the wife said to Maria, living with someone's husband and telling her to be at peace with him. Wow. She replies, work is stressful. Your marriage shouldn't add to his stress. Okay.
Like I said, you decided to have a conversation with her. You do not have a business with her. Let's be honest with ourselves. You actually don't have a business with her. Now, there was also something that I saw in the Cubana chief priest's statement that he made, and it says that if your side chick is sending death threats to your wife, then you ain't cheating right. Do it like me. I'm lost.
Your side chick
is threatening your wife, you ain't cheating right. Do it like me. I'm lost. Like, okay, so you don't have a problem with your brother-in-law cheating? Is that what he's saying? Like, where did they get all these shameless people from?
I think that's what that statement connotes. It's basically saying you're not the only one that's having an extramarital affair, but you respect your wife at home and blah, blah, blah. Now, part of the gist also is that they found out that he was behind, the Kevin guy was behind Maria's getting into Big Brother house or going for the Big Brother competition.
So I
and
have a
at that
question.
point, let me finish the loop. But at that point, they said the wife had already started filing divorce. They said they've even stopped talking, that they don't talk anymore.
Okay,
And
so what is Maria's business?
So she's now saying that, oh, the guy wants to work. Maria is now advising the madam that she should listen to Kevin, that Kevin wants to work on their marriage. It's Maria's job to advise.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your husband's side chick is alleged side chick is advising you on how to work on your marriage with your husband. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I have a question though. Are they now alleging that contestants that go on Big Brother Naija are not random?
Well, it's for the Big Brother people to respond now. The organizers are definitely going to respond to this, because what sponsorship does an housemate need to get into the Big Brother? They said the guy sponsored.
Because why do you need a sponsor? That's where it's like it's something that popped out for me. Why do you need a sponsor?
So according to one of the posts from
Okay.
we're dishing out gossip today. Hey, it's our life. It's good, chat. It said divorce was just barely a month ago. We know the post receipt with ink cover. Slide to see the date. My sister gave up the marriage after finding out Kelvin sponsored the Big Brother movement, and also when she came to Dubai to see the husband, who does not pick calls again. Lo and behold, Maria opened the door for her, putting on the husband's t-shirt. I personally gave Kelvin, who managed Maria's account, while
Okay. I still don't know why. I'm sorry. The so-called wife. Auntie, you're not a wife again. No. Let me advise you. Don't bother. Like, except maybe the death threat thing is there. Other than that, you don't have a husband though. Don't bother. Like, just forget it.
I think apparently they've been estranged since.
So why is there
since 2018?
So why is there a conversation about it now?
I see where the Cubana chief is coming from now. He's saying that the only reason why he's getting involved now is the threat that the sister is getting from the alleged side chick. That look, they've had issues since 2018, but she just filed for divorce a few weeks ago, or when he found out how far the other one had gone with Maria. So he's saying, look, don't threaten my sister. You can have him do whatever you want to do, but don't threaten her. That's why he's raising this. I think I get the trigger now. Initially, I was like, okay, why is he getting it? But I think I understand now, because it gets to a point where you stand up for your loved ones and you want to help them, sort out this kind of issues and stuff. So I think I get it now.
Okay.
I get it.
We'll see how that goes. I'm sure it's going to be a developing story. So we definitely.
Although someone said that, if they've been separated since 2018, are you saying the guy does not have a right to have another person that?
When you think, that's what I'm saying, that I don't even think there is a husband and wife situation in this matter anymore. I don't think so, honestly. I honestly don't think so. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. But let's move on from that, yeah? Do you have any other gossip, or should move on to something else?
Move on.
Okay, now coming back to Nigeria's just, yeah, and talking about eNaira. eNaira has been going on for a bit. The CBN was supposed to unveil it October 1st. They said that there was the bit of issues back and forth. So, yeah, it is official now. It has now been unveiled today. The eNaira was unveiled by the president and the vice president this morning before the president jetted out to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And they're saying that the CBN has mined about 500 million naira crypto, I think. eNaira, that's what they're calling it. That they've mined about 500 million eNaira.
Yeah. It's the way to go, It's the way to go if we take a look at how the world is changing and things are happening around you. A lot of people still try to wrap their head around how cryptos came into being. Like, NFTs and cryptos and people mining coins and the coins gaining all sorts of crazy value. Just a few months after Nigeria clamped down on the trading of bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies in Nigeria, China also did.
Yeah,
China even went all the way out to ban it.
Yeah, they banned it and they shut it down.
Nigeria did not ban it. Nigeria just said the banks should be careful. Although they never told us what made them do that. And Nigerians, of course, I think in Africa we're number one when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and everything. And it shows you how much Nigerians like to invest and everything. If the eNaira is done properly, at least you understand where the mining is from now. It has the backing of the central
bank. I think that's the most
it will be
legit
authentic and it will be visible. Again, the push to go and become a digital economy and everything, this is in line with that, and which also means that other people can trade in it and all of that. I also would like to know what it would portend for cross-border transactions and everything, because it would be nice. Like there are two versions. There's the merchant wallet, the e-wallet, which is different from the
regular one,
coin and everything. But the idea is that if it's like what we think it should be, people who are even abroad now would not have a problem with sending money, because there's been a lot of issues sending money.
Yeah, that's what they're saying now. That it's just an app. Just use the app to send your eNaira and
instant value
and all that.
Then you know what conversion rates.
It's probably very easy. It's probably going to be
done
easy.
right. If done right,
it could even drive down the what's it called now? The conversion rates and all that, the forex markets. They're saying, CBN is saying that it could boost Nigeria's GDP in 10 years to as much as $29 billion in 10 years.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, but that's the thing, that if it is done right and if the projections are exactly the way they should be.
You know what you have said is the crux of the matter. If it is done right, because again, we all know how Nigerians have big plans. They want to do this, and then the process of carrying these things out become a problem. The execution becomes a problem. I hope they get this one right, because if they do, again, how many countries is like taking a leap forward? Like while other countries are still trading in other cryptos and stuff, Nigeria actually would have like a national crypto, which is not a bad thing.
Which is not a bad thing. So we'll see how that goes. I was trying to read up on it before I downloaded the app. I actually plan to actually see what it's about, and if it's possible, let's see how that goes. But we definitely
the funny thing is, all the commercial banks have started integrating it.
Oh yeah.
If you check out a few of them, they've already started, putting information about it on their websites.
So we'll see how that goes. If it is good, if it is safe, it should be safe because it's from the CBN. So if it works the way it is, I think it will be a mad game changer generally.
You know how Nigerians also trade in this document that they it fails me now. Treasury bills and all of that. This can be that for you. Because you can actually store up your money and maybe buy a large chunk of it, and but the experts will tell us more. But I have a good feeling about this.
Yeah, we'll definitely bring more updates on it, and hopefully even see if we can bring someone that actually understands this, an expert, and bring them on right here. So moving on from that, and I think that next thing we're talking about is IPOB. Yeah, banditry
and the Anambra elections.
Sit-at-home orders and all. And before we go to that, there was a news that just dropped now that the conference of the state assembly speakers, there was a conference that they had today, the State House of Assemblies of all 36 states, have come up to say that the federal government needs to call out bandits and actually call them out as terrorists, which I know that the National Assembly have been going on about, that these people need to be labeled as terrorists and nothing else. This was, I think, a week or two ago that National Assembly said it. Now the state assemblies have all said this. And I'm going to link it up to a story. I don't think we talked about it. I think I saw that story this morning, or was it yesterday, where famous Shei Gumi, Aboki's friend, has said that if they label these people as terrorists, that Nigeria is going to go up in flames.
According to one of the online platforms, I think it's Sahara Reporters, it says that nothing will remain in Nigeria. That's what this Sheikh Gumi guy has said. You see, on more than one occasion, we have said it here, and I know a lot of Nigerians have said it. And honestly, the government really needs to prove to us
why this person.
That this
How do you say damning statements like that?
Sheikh Gumi guy is not working for the government. Because when he makes this kind of... If someone else had made some of these statements, I'm sure they'll be arrested and they'll be in jail by now.
Are you kidding? Now one of the charges against him is insulting the president.
Exactly. Now this guy is insulting Nigerians. Now one of the issues is that the super tucanos that Nigeria got, they can deploy it against terrorists. They cannot deploy it against bandits.
Oh.
So
Kuku call everybody terrorists.
And
okay, that's why it's not in Kaduna. Oh, so Kuku call everybody terrorists and let everybody be gone.
And another minister was saying why they can't do it. Look, let's be honest with ourselves.
These people are enemies of the state.
They're basically trying to shut the country down. So I don't care what you call them. Just deal with them and get
enemies of the state.
Get them out.
Let's be.
Too many innocent lives have been lost. You call them bandits, you call them terrorists, as long as you know that they are criminals.
They're criminals.
Deal with
Let's
them
move
the way
on.
they are.
Yeah, that's it for me too. Like why we sugarcoating nonsense?
How, in God's good heaven, is someone in Abuja looking at this Sheikh Gumi saying these things and nobody's saying
anything about it?
Nobody's saying nothing about it. That they cannot, that Nigeria will not stand and blase. He said a lot of things. A lot. You start to wonder, like, exactly what is this government on about? If you're going to charge someone for insulting the president, what about
someone that
basically insulting the entire nation, insulting our sensibilities, insulting everything that we stand for as a country? Seriously.
I don't know what to do about it, but we hope that the federal government is going to do something about it and do something about it now. Not just the National Assembly are talked about it. The state governments too are talking about it. Please let these things be done. We cannot continue to live in fear. People cannot continue to live in fear. Now, moving on from that, I'm still talking about banditry and all sorts of things and terrorism, We know that there are elections in about less than 2 weeks, in Anambra State, and it looks like it's going to be threatened because the indigenous people of Biafra had come out to say, I think that was last week, that if Nnamdi Kanu is not released by the time of the elections, there will not be elections. And I seem to wrap my head around how you say these things and then you claim that you're not a terrorist organization. My opinion. I just can't seem to wrap my head around it. That's one. Two, there's also stories back and forth now that it's not, INEC has not said anything, but that a lot of ad hoc staff that had signed up for the job for November 6th have allegedly resigned. That's true. Third thing is that in Anambra State, the state government, at least I had seen a statement from the state government saying that they are approving Saturday for school days now because of IPOB's sit at home on Monday.
So
no, there's still one
there's more. Okay.
That transporters in the state are asking in Abia State are asking for palliatives. I have a few questions, but let's.
Okay, so let's take it from the transporters asking for palliatives. This has been as a result of the fact that their business is now being affected by the sit-at-home order that is being passed down by IPOB. Yeah, it's IPOB, right?
Yeah.
Except they're going to say it's not them. very different stories and all of that. But the bottom line is that the sit-at-home order has become the order of the day in the southeastern part of Nigeria. It's more or less like I think the southeast is inflicting a wound on itself to spite someone else.
Like, I don't get it.
That's the way I
can't
it.
also seem to wrap my head around what you're doing.
I might be wrong, but
it don't make sense.
You're forcing businesses to shut down
in your own area, in your own locale,
and you're protesting something, and you're forcing. How are people going to feed if they're constantly being asked to stay at home?
These people that you claim that you're fighting for are hungry.
I think that the sit-at-home should be revisited and basically stopped.
I even have a question though. Now people are asking for palliatives. Yeah? Remember when there was lockdown? Remember there was a story of palliatives that the government had an obligation to give people palliatives. If you say people should sit at home, as IPOB, you should be able to provide palliatives for people. There should be something that they are getting in return. That's what I see it as. You cannot claim to want to do something and then you will not deal with the consequences of it. Them asking for palliatives is the consequences of what this sit-at-home is.
Who's going to give them the palliative now?
IPOB. You ask them to sit at home. Government. You ask them to sit at home. So you that ask people to sit at home, you provide palliatives for them. Simple and short.
It's really it's something that we need to be very careful about, because if we're not, we might just be building up to another crescendo, and at the end of the day, look, too many things are going to go wrong.
I think that if we're not careful,
there's an election being threatened. There's an election. The gubernatorial elections for Anambra State in southeast Nigeria is supposed to be on the 5th or so?
6th of November. Yeah.
And there's going to be a sit-at-home order even on that day too. You get. The thing is, one way or the other, I think the people of Anambra will find a way to go and vote. The sad part is a lot of people might not vote.
Oh, I think what there will be a lot of voter apathy.
The few who vote
will determine what happens.
And life will go on. The state must elect a governor. Except there is another plan.
And now, we're talking about Anambra State. A part of me is like, as the governor or the government of Anambra State giving in to this sit-at-home order.
There's some questions should not be asked. Because
why would you declare Saturday as a school day just because there's a sit-at-home? So now, IPOB runs whatever happens in your state. I'm not sorry, you're not fit to be a governor.
I think your question was rhetorical, right? It wasn't more or less a question. Like, does IPOB determine or do they? Okay, if it wasn't like that, if it was not like that, why don't we have other governors in other regions saying that schools should now open on Saturday?
Take for example, Ebonyi State. I'm sure that the government of Ebonyi State had to do something. We saw last week how people actually defied the sit-at-home order and nothing happened. But it means that the government and the governor decided to take things up and like, okay, at this point, enough is enough.
I still feel strongly that the people of the Southeast must speak, their minds, and
you people will be hungry.
Well, I don't know.
It's hunger. They are dealing with hunger. I honestly think it's complete foolhardy to be sitting at home.
And if a state governor now thinks it's being, he might think, it's a solution. How? By asking people to go to school on Saturday, a weekend, means that the teachers too must come to work on Saturday.
So it's official. Monday is now a weekend in Anambra State. That's what they're saying.
Maybe we should try it too.
I trust my Lagos people.
Look, come on. Monday is even like supposed to be the most important day of the week. After a 2-day break from regular things. Some people don't have 2 days, it's 1 day. But whatever it is though, the governor of Anambra deciding to ask people to go to school on Saturday is not a good move.
It's not.
It might have sounded good to them.
It looks like IPOB has won. It looks like IPOB. So if tomorrow IPOB says Monday and Saturday, is sit at home. What happens then?
Sunday they will start to go to school on Sunday.
I don't think it makes any sense. I don't know what are these people's advisors, but anyway, and don't let me increase my volume because people will just stress you. They'll give you a headache.
I tell you.
Anyway, moving on from that, journalists have gone to the police headquarters, the first headquarters in Abuja, to protest over a missing colleague, Tordue Salem. I think he has been missing for like over a week now.
Yeah, he works with the Vanguard newspapers. I think he probably works at the House of Assembly or something, and it's not a good one. Nobody knows his whereabouts. Nobody knows what has happened to him, and it's a good thing that his colleagues have, because initially they had put out a statement.
Yeah, they have.
When this happened, then they've rallied themselves now. I saw a picture of them, coming out to protest the guy's, disappearance. Now nobody knows who's behind it or what has happened, and the only thing, I feel helpless, but I can also relate, being, he's our colleague too, and this, whatever has happened to him, I pray that he returns safely to his family. I pray that he's healed and healthy when he comes out, or wherever he is.